Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to semifinal Saturday in Toronto. Today we've got Jannik Sinner taking on Tommy Paul, the American taking on the Italian in Toronto. It's their third meeting. Very excited for it. Both guys trying to win their first Masters. Alex DeMinor got the win earlier in the day. He's in the final, his first Masters final. Tommy Paul going for his first Masters final, but Sinner, it would be his first outside of Miami. But what's up, guys? I'm excited to do this one. I'm excited to commentate. Very big match for both players. Huge match for both players. I already got some people in the chat. It's good to see too. Good to see too. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. We got semifinal in Toronto. And should be a good one. Should be a great one. Hey, what's up? Let's see who we got in the chat. Joseph, hello from Australia. Hey, what's up? What's up? Good to have you. Good to have you. Matt, okay, be honest. How many of y'all watched that whole Rybakina match last night? I stayed up till 4 a.m. and watched the whole thing and chatted to fans about it on Twitter. I'll be honest. I was so tired last night. It was past midnight when I finished up the Sinner stream yesterday, but I was watching that match. I don't know. I was watching that match up until the very end of it. What was it? Rybakina had the break, I think, at like 6-5. Then Kasatkina came back and then saved 3 match points or whatever. 2 errors from Rybakina and then a winner from Kasatkina. So that was wild. Well, it was not the best played match, no, but one of the most dramatic matches I've ever seen. It's one of the craziest. I would definitely, for that reason, put in the running for match of the year. For me, quality has to be there for match of the year, but it's definitely one of the craziest ones for sure, Matt. It was that one was crazy. Not me. Okay, got you, Joseph. Yeah, it was a good one. It's a good one. Yeah, good to have y'all in the chat. Joseph, Matt, Anthony, how are you? I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Excited to commentate for this one. Semifinal in Canada. Jannik taking on Tommy Paul. Looks like something is wrong with the net. Yeah, there's a bit of a delay. They were trying to fix up the net. But everything seems to be sorted now. And the players are about to start. They're practicing their serves. But yeah, this is their third meeting. So they've played once in Eastbourne, and they also played once in Monte Carlo, both times last year. Both of their meetings were last year, and both times it went to 3 sets. Like I said, they're 1-1 in their head-to-head. Sinner won on the clay in Monte Carlo, which is unsurprising because Paul, his success on the Pro Tour, really, clay is by far his worst surface so far. And Sinner likes the clay. But yeah, it's just not Paul's best surface. But he still pushed it 3 sets, which I kind of think is a good sign for Paul in this matchup, that he could still push it 3 sets against Sinner on clay. But and then he beat Sinner in Eastbourne last year. He beat Sinner in Eastbourne in 3-6-3 sets. And like Sinner then went on to beat Alcaraz on grass courts at Wimbledon the very next tournament. He went up 2 sets to love on Novak. Like, that was very impressive from Paul to be able to beat Sinner on the grass in Eastbourne. So those are their 2 meetings so far. I think a big thing that Sinner needs to do, even though it was a very high-level match against Monfils, one thing that wasn't high-level was neither guy was making a lot of first serves, and that just isn't going to cut it against Paul, especially if he served the way he did against Alcaraz. Sinner really needs to make a lot more first serves. In Eastbourne, they're meeting in Eastbourne. Sinner made 49% of first serves. Less than half of his first serves went in, which is just not going to do it against Paul. So we're going to see aggressive tennis again. I don't know if Tommy has the fast forehands that Monfils does, but he's an aggressive player as well. And listen, Canada is playing very quick this year, so I don't think it's surprising the players that are left in the tournament. Jannik Sinner, Alex DeMinor, Tommy Paul. These are players that like fast conditions. These are players that like grass courts. These are players that like indoor courts. So it's not surprising to me. Darren Cahill watching in the crowd, by the way. Match about to go underway. Huge match here. Listen, Tommy Paul's been playing great all year. He really has. He was 7th in the race going into the clay season. And look, he's 13th in the live rankings. He's going to be 13 come Monday. If he wins this match, he'll be he'll be 12th. Or he might be 12th. It depends, because Demonor is currently 12th in the live rankings. Anyway, Paul is climbing up the ranks fast. And winner of this one plays Alex Demonor in the final. You just have to feel like all three guys feel like this is a great chance. A great chance to get their first Masters title. Sinner's been knocking on the door for a bit. Alex Demonor and Tommy Paul, they've been around too. Let's see who can do it. Sinner here to start us off. Serve into the net. Second serve. Second serve here from Jannik. Kick serve. That's a double fault from Sinner. It's a double fault from Sinner to start us off. All right, another serve coming here from Sinner at love 15. It's another serve out, second serve. Kick serve into the backhand of Paul, backhand of Sinner. To the backhand of Paul, forehand of Sinner. That's in the net, love 30. It's love 30. Could it be an American double in Canada? Pegula and Paul. That'd be pretty wild, wouldn't it be? Jessica Pegula and Tommy Paul. That'd be wild. Pegula with a great win over Swiatek. I'd love to see it, yeah. That'd be crazy. Like I said, Darren Cahill watching on in the crowd. Love 30 here. Back and return into the forehand of Sinner. That's cross court, 15-30. 15-30, that's more like it from Jannik. Let me get the scoreboard on here. Here we go, 15-30. $15.30 here. Jannik, another first serve into the net. He's got to make first serves. He's got to make first serves. Second serve here. Back and return of Paul into the backhand of Jannik, forehand of Paul. He comes in. That's that aggressive play. It's a backhand long from Sinner. Paul gets to 15-40. Tommy gets to 15-40. Paul is not somebody to underestimate this year. Paul reached the Australian Open semifinal, lost to Djokovic in straight sets. Well-played match, though. Paul's been crazy this year. So, he's for parts of this year, he's been playing at a top 10 level. So, he's somebody to watch out for. It's 15-40 here. 15-40 here. Sinner has been very clutch on serve throughout this tournament. Yeah, he hasn't been amazing. It's not been an amazing serving performance from him, but he's been clutch when he's needed it. Let's see if he can bring it here. Start off. Serve out wide, goes long again. Sinner can't find first serve. The first game. Sinner kick serve, forehand of Paul into the forehand of Jannik, backhand Paul into the backhand of Jannik, backhand Paul. That goes long, 30-40. 30-40 for Sinner. 30-40 for Sinner. To me, it's a very compelling semifinal. I mean, it's kind of the perfect kind of test for Sinner. I feel like if Sinner wants to get a Masters, he's got to get through Paul, and Paul's tough. He just beat Alcaraz. It's a very compelling match. Compelling semifinal. There's always a little bit more kind of interest when players are going for their first title, their first Masters, their first major. There's always a little bit added kind of interest to that. Another break point here. Second serve. Forehand from Paul into the backhand of Jannik. Forehand Paul on the defense. Backhand. Oh, jumping backhand from Sinner, but it's in the net. 1-0 for Paul. 1-0 for Paul, who gets a quick break. Sinner is a great returner, though. I wouldn't count him out from getting the break back, but that's a bad start for Jannik. No doubt about it. Bad start for Jannik there. A few errors there and couldn't find a first serve. That's not what he wanted. It's not what he wanted at all. Anyway, early stages in this first set, 1-0. I mean, I don't know if the stats are updated yet, but did he make a single first serve? Did he make a single first serve? This isn't completely updated yet. It says 50%, 2 of 4. They played 6 points. I don't know. Center, I think, made only 2 first serves in that game. Paul here to serve. Up an early break. Let's see if Sinner can get it back. Let's see if Jannik can get it back. Sinner getting broken is a sure bet you can have. Yeah, that's true, Sean. That's true. Yeah, especially against a guy like Paul, who's really a great returner as well. It's out from Paul, love 15. Love 15. Jess only got 58% serves in and still beat Iga. Yeah, that's wild. That's wild, Joseph. Yeah, there are exceptions like that where a player doesn't do very well in serve and can still find the match, but it's hard to do, especially against a player as good as Iga. Second serve here coming for Paul. Kick serve into the forehand of Jannik, backhand Paul. That goes wide, love 30. Love 30. Center looking for a re-break. Center looking for a re-break. Anthony, you got a perfectly symmetrical triangle face. Don't like it, but shades of beard suit you. If I were you, I'd go for tropical there. Noted. Love 30. Love 30 here. Love 30 here. 1-0. He's just a master returner, so normally it doesn't matter. Yeah, Sinner's an elite level returner. It doesn't matter. That's why he's been able to get through with the serve not being at the best, highest level. But yeah, love 30 here. Serve out wide is wide. Second serve. Second serve coming here for Tommy. First serve's out. Back and return to the forehand of Paul. Backhand of Sinner into the backhand of Paul. Cross to the backhand of Sinner. Backhand Paul to the backhand of Jannik. Backhand of Paul to the backhand of Jannik. We're on that ad side. It's a backhand again. Paul trying to get control here. It's a backhand to the net from Jannik. 15-30. 15-30. Paul quickly trying to climb back in this game. 15-30. There's a part of me that would like to see Rybakina win this because how the schedule makers have treated her. Yeah, schedule yesterday was obscene. Yeah, they shouldn't be starting matches at 11:30. That seems ridiculous. Because of what happened yesterday. They play 3.5 hours match, and then suddenly you don't get to sleep until like 5 or 5:30 a.m. Have to play, a huge semifinal the next day. 30-all, Sinner return into the net. Sinner's got to pick up here. He doesn't want to go down early against Paul. Like I said, Sinner's a great returner, but still, he doesn't want to count on the fact that he'll break later. Paul serve into the forehand of Jannik, forehand of Paul into the backhand of Jannik, cross court, back on the slide from Paul. It's a forehand cross. Goes long from Paul. We're at 30-40. 30-40 for Jannik. See what Jannik can do. Put this back on serve. Be quite an interesting way to start with 2 breaks. We'll see if that happens. 30-40 here. Break point for Jannik. Kick serve, misses the line. Second serve for Paul. First serve's wide. Kick serve, the backhand of Sinner, backhand Paul to the backhand of Sinner, cross, backhand on the stretch from Paul to forehand to the forehand of Jannik, forehand from Paul, again to the forehand of Jannik. They're hitting from the back. It's a forehand of Paul. We're going all forehands here. It's another forehand, cross, and it goes long, 1-all. Sinner gets it right back. Sinner gets it right back, 1 game all. Listen, the start of a match is always different from the rest of it. Both guys are just finding their game, whatever. And when you're as good a returner as Sinner is, it always helps that even if you go down a break, you can feel pretty happy that you'll have a chance to get it back. You'll get back. But yeah, thank you guys for joining in. I'll be here for the rest of this one. Anthony here for QualityShot Tennis. Appreciate you guys joining in. Semifinal in Toronto in Canada. Sinner taking on Paul. 1 game apiece here. So from Jannik, cross court is an ace. 15 love, or out wide, I should say. 15 love. 15 love. That's what Sinner's got to do. But yeah, the last match that Sinner played against Monfils, that was winner central. It was the two guys were just cracking winners from the back of the court. Topspin shot after topspin shot, massive forehand. Both just absolutely cracking the forehands. 15 love here. Serve down the line to the forehand of Paul, forehand of Sinner to the forehand of Paul, forehand of Sinner to the forehand of Paul, backhand Sinner to the forehand of Paul. We're down the middle. It's a forehand cross court, but goes wide from Sinner. 15 all. You doing the final tomorrow? I really want to. I don't know if I will, but I want to. Especially if Jannik can win this. Jannik de Minaur final in a Masters would be really fun for me to commentate. I hope I am, but I'm not sure completely, to be honest. 15 all. 10 minutes into this one. Sinner serve out wide, forehand return to the forehand of Jannik, backhand from Paul. Does 360. It's a forehand from Sinner. Forehand way up high. It's a lob. Sinner with some steps runs back. So I said a forehand, hits over it. Forehand from Paul into the forehand of Sinner. Forehand Paul. Crossing the forehand of Sinner. Ooh, Paul unloads on it. Has enough of that rally. It's 30-15. Hits it out. Hits it wide. I feel like both of these guys are very kind of underrated athletes. I feel like they're probably two of the most underrated athletes on the tour. So, people don't give Sinner enough flowers, in my opinion, for his athleticism. Like the open stance kind of backhands that he hits, just the slides, etc. I mean, if you look at his, I think it's because his kind of, I guess, like body shape is a bit deceiving, to be honest. I mean, that's just what it is, but he's a very good athlete, and so is Tommy Paul. Paul is one of the most athletic players on the men's tour. That's a serve out wide as an ace from Sinner, 40-15. Nothing that Paul can do about that. We're early stages here. We've got 2 breaks already. Sinner looking to hold here. Break the streak. This looking like a WTA match with all these breaks. Yeah, Matt. That's what I'm saying. They're in a rain delay up tonight up there. Oh, okay, got you. Yeah. Yeah, it was storming over here. It was out of nowhere. The forecast said like 10% over here. Literally like the biggest storm ever, just out of nowhere over here. 40-15. Serve out wide from Sinner. Goes long. Hey, what's up? We got Ghost in chat. Ghost of Gerolitis. Jessica Pagula is not an American. Tommy Paul is our only shot. Glad to have you, Ghost. So backhand return goes long. We're at 2-1 for Sinner. Sinner was a skier, I believe. No, yeah, junior skier. That's it. Yeah, with that crazy athleticism. Yeah, he was one of the best junior skiers, I think, in the world, at least in Italy. He was a junior skier. I mean, I think that happens a lot with tennis players. They start out doing other sports. Like Federer, he was choosing between soccer as well. So was a few other players as well. I mean, that seems to be a thing. But yeah, Sinner was a skier, which you don't always see. But yeah. How are the slopes in Atlanta? They're not existent. It's almost always over 100 degrees over here or something. It's always so hot here. It's ridiculous. They call it Hotlanta for a reason. I'm moving away from, or I don't want to bring negative energy to Atlanta, but it's so hot here. I just don't like the hot weather. Otherwise, it's cool. I mean, I like the people in Atlanta, but they're a cool thing to see, but it's so hot. I'm imagining Anthony flying down the double black diamonds in Buckhead. You know me well, Ghost. You know me well. 2-1 here for Sinner. If you're just joining in now, first 2 games were breaks. Sinner held in that last game, 2-1. But that's a really good example of what we might see in this match. I mean, Sinner, like I said, Sinner's hasn't really been doing well on serve in either of the 2 matches he's played so far. He's been clutch though. Sinner's been clutch though, which has really helped Jannik out. He's been clutch serving and getting out of different troubles. Like in the first set against Berrettini, he was down 7 break points, and he saved all 7, converted on his first one on set point. So he's been clutch serving, but listen, Paul is a great returner, and listen, 40% first serves in like he had against Monfils just isn't going to cut it against Paul. But even if he loses serve, which I expect we will see again, he could always break back. I'm not expecting this to be a big serving contest, at least from the side of Sinner, but Sinner's such a good returner. I expect that he's going to win a few return games on the serve of Paul. It's 15-love here. It's 15-love. Semifinal Saturday in Toronto. Quality Shot Tennis. We have it for you. Winner plays de Minaur. 15-love. Kick serve in the net. Second serve here for Paul. Second serve backhand of Sinner into the forehand of Paul into the forehand of Sinner down the middle. Forehand of Paul hits over it. That's too much. Just sprints away from Sinner. No chance Sinner can get a racket on that. 30-love. Great shot from Paul. 30-love. Sinner with a bit of an indecisive, awkward return. Sinner's got to be decisive. He's got to be aggressive, dictate. Sinner wants to be dictating. Whoever's dictating has a very good chance of winning this match. We'll see if Jannik can do it. Serve out wide. Forehand from Paul. Goes wide. 30-15. Paul really just wasn't... Paul had a great serving day against Alcaraz. Just phenomenal serving day. Even on second serve. Was barely losing points on second serve against Alcaraz, who's an elite returner, to say the least. So we're going to expect... I expect that Paul is going to show up with the serve. (40-15) here. 40-15 here at 2-1. Serve down the line. Back and return. Way up high. Smash from Paul. Easy put away. Easy put away. 2-2. Easy put away. 2-2. 16 minutes into this one. 2 games apiece. This is Jannik's 5th Masters semifinal. This is Tommy Paul's first. Sinner made like a million Masters quarterfinals last year. Had a million very difficult draws. And kept having close losses to these top players in Masters. And he made the final of Miami a couple years ago. And then this year he makes 4 Masters semis. Forehand cross on the forehand of Jannik, backhand Paul. It's forehand out from Sinner, love 15. Forehand out from Sinner, love 15. I know that covering junior tennis, that the ones that play other sports until a certain age are the ones who succeed long term. The ones that play other sports until a certain age. Yeah, it keeps your body moving, keeps your body active. You can really grow physically from other sports, learn a lot from other sports as well. So yeah, I think that's true. I think that's true. Forehand from Sinner. That's a great shot, but it's a backhand slice from Paul. Really neutralizes the rally. It's a forehand from Paul. Forehand of Jannik cross into the forehand of Paul. Backhand of Sinner. Down the middle into the backhand of Paul. Forehand huge cross court. Backhand from Sinner across into the backhand of Paul. Backhand of Sinner. That's huge shot from Jannik. 15-all, and he needed it after a long rally. 15-all here. That's a huge shot from Sinner. If I wasn't already promised to Martina Trevisan, I would absolutely marry Anthony. All right, nice, guys. Let's have a date first, you know what I mean? Getting to the chase. Trevisan's awesome. 15-all here. 15 all here, 48 minutes into the stream. Glad you guys are enjoying it. 18 minutes into the match. 2 games all, 15 all. Serve down the middle, forehand of Sinner, inside out, backhand Paul on the slide. It's a forehand way up high for a lob. Smash from Sinner. It's too good to the ad side. 30-15. 30-15. Crazy thing about Trevisan is she stopped playing tennis for like 5 years, and then she got back into it at 20 years old and was like telling everybody, like, I'm going to go pro. Like, I don't care what anybody says, I'm going pro. And then she just did it. So shout out Trevisan. I like her game. 30-15 here for Jannik. 30-15 here for Jannik. Serve from Jannik. Kick serve. That's out. 30 all. Second serve goes long. 30 all. 2 games all. 30 all. Anthony is a beautiful man. He gets the tennis fans hype. I appreciate that, Ghost. I appreciate it. 2 games all. 30 all. Sinner trying to hold on to his serve. He couldn't in the first game. He's trying to hold on to it here. Serve down the line. Paul back in return. That's huge. Forehand cross on the forehand of Paul. Forehand of Sinner. That's huge cross court. Paul gets it with the chip. It's a backhand cross to the backhand slice of Paul right from the baseline. Forehand inside out. Paul retrieving. Goes long and Sinner fist bumps. Sinner fist bumps. It goes long. I just like how bubbly she is. Trevisan was a highlight of the inaugural United Cup earlier this year. Yeah, absolutely. I remember that as well. Yeah, Trevisan's cool. 40-30 here. 40-30, 2 games apiece. So it'd be a good hold from Jannik. If he can figure this out. Backhand from Paul to the forehand of Jannik. Inside in, forehand of Paul into the forehand of Jannik. Into the backhand slice of Paul. Forehand of Jannik, back into that forehand of Paul. It's a great shot cross court. Sinner on the defense. It's a Paul backhand, but it goes wide. Sinner had to work, but he got it. Three-two for Jannik. He had to work for it, but he got it in the end. He got it in the end. Yeah, Sinner, Paul on the season going into Toronto was 26-7 on the season. Sorry, not 7. 26-17 on the season. Now he is 30-17 on the season. Sinner, a 37-11 on the season going into Toronto. Both very good seasons. Sinner's obviously a bit better, more wins, less losses, but and more deep runs in big tournaments. But both have had very good seasons. And Paul's moving up the rankings quick. He's up to 13th in the live ranks. He's up to 13th in the live ranks. Damn, Anthony, why was that dude come for you? Did you hit his cat with your car? Yeah, it was just weird comments. I had to put a stop on it. That's all good. Will Ash Barty ever come back, or is she done? I kind of have a feeling that she might be that she might come back. I thought it right when she retired that I was like, man, maybe she'll come back though. Like Wozniacki just came back. You don't know. Barty was so, like, what is she, 25, 26? And she was at the prime of her career. I mean, she said she didn't have a big reason to leave, like injury or something. She just said, I'm moving on to another step in my life, another direction. And it's like, I don't know. It's I think she might be back, and she's another player who was very big in another sport. She was a professional cricket player, I think. I think it was cricket. I think cricket. So Yeah, she's a great athlete. And the backhand pass from Sinner, by the way, love 15. Sinner's picked up. Sinner's picked up his level. I imagine that Paul is going to follow suit, but Sinner's picked up his level. I kind of think she might. I mean, I guess the best bet is no, but I kind of think she might. I can't imagine Barty coming back. She seems happy. I think she had a kid, but man, I really, really, really hope I'm wrong. She was great. She was awesome. I love Barty. She was always, she was just unique on the court. I really liked Ash. And we missed an amazing rivalry between Swiatek and Barty, which would have been great. Iga and Ash. Serve into the backhand of Jannik. Forehand of Paul into the forehand of Jannik. Back into Paul. It goes long. Love 30. Sinner is trying to find the lead here. I would love to see Ash and Saba battling. Yeah, that'd be great too. Ash and Rybakina. Any of those players. Any of those players would be great. Ash and Mira Andreeva, especially in a few years. I mean, that'd be crazy. Barty would absolutely challenge you going hard. Yeah, I think for sure. I think so. But yeah, I think it's cool for players to do whatever they want to do. But I definitely, as a fan, I miss her on the court. Backhand from Sinner into the backhand of Paul Cross. Backhand of Jannik. The forehand of Paul inside out. Forehand of Paul down the middle into the backhand of Jannik. Forehand into the forehand of Sinner across court. That just catches the corner. It's a jumpy backhand, and it was going to be a winner, but the net got in the way. It was going to be a winner, but the net got in the way. Stupid net. Paul better focus, danger game. This one, yeah, I agree, Ghost. I think so. Andreeva, so much upside with that kid. Yeah. Shit, yeah. Yeah, a lot of upside with her. I really like her game. I think she has a very high ceiling. I like her mentality, too. Hey, Anthony, QualityShot Tennis fan. Hey, what's up, Peaches? What's up? Join in. We're early stages here, but it's starting to get fun. Center's really picked up now, it feels like to me. Forehand cross, it goes wide. 15-40. Center's picked up the intensity right when he needed it, and that's what a top player does. It's 15-40 here. Tommy's got to be careful. Just like you said, Ghost. Tommy's got to be careful here. 15-40. 26 minutes into this contest. Serve down the lines, too good from Paul, 30-40. Listen, both guys have been clutch on serve in this tournament so far. We saw it against Alcaraz as well. Both players have been clutch on serve. And yeah, of course, Paul giving Alcaraz his 5th loss of the season. After that crazy historic Wimbledon for Alcaraz, Paul gets the win in Canada. He's in the semis, very deserved. Very deserved. Serve out wide is in the net. Second serve coming here. Backhand from Sinner into the forehand. Paul's in the net. 4-2 for Sinner. 4-2 for Sinner. He's been broken already in this set, but let's see if he can keep it up and keep this hold up until, or keep this break, I should say, up until the end of the set. That's 4-2 for Jannik. Jannik with the lead. Let's see if Tommy can come back. But it's 4-2 for Jannik. It was Paul who got the first break of the match, but it's Sinner with the lead now. First serve is out. That first serve percentage is still low for Sinner, though. Backhand from Paul on the return to the forehand of Jannik. Backhand Paul into the backhand of Jannik. Backhand Paul. Cross on the backhand of Jannik. Backhand Paul into the backhand of Jannik. Slice to the backhand of Jannik to the forehand of Paul. Forehand of Jannik. Cross on the forehand of Paul. That's right inside the court. It's high level rally now. Forehand from Sinner. Catch the tape, but it goes over. It's a forehand for Paul into the forehand of Jannik. What a rally. Right off the baseline. Paul right on there as he is. Ooh, is it just wide from Sinner? It's just wide from Love 15. Love 15. Great rally there. Great rally there. Love 15. Just out from Sinner. Massive stadium there. They just showed the scope of it. So many watching in the crowd. And why shouldn't they be? It's Love 15. Love 15. Serve down the line. Forehand of Jannik to the backhand of Paul cross court. That's a great shot from Paul. 15 all. Great shot from Paul there. That's what Paul can do. Sometimes his form seems like the strokes on his shots, the kind of form with which he hits his shots, might seem a little bit awkward, a little bit weird, but he really can hit some great shots from back the court, backhand or forehand. He does one there. He likes hitting off the rise, very aggressive. It works for these quick conditions. It's Love 30. Paul ready on the return. Serve down the line. Paul return. Can't get it back. 15-30. That's a good serve from center. Good serve from center, who's been clutch on serve in this tournament. See if Jannik can keep this break. He doesn't want to just keep going topsy-turvy with Paul. 15-30 here. Serve from Jannik down the line is wide. Second serve. Second serve here. Kick serve to the backhand of Paul, backhand of center. Cross on the backhand of Paul, cross. Backhand of center, we're going backhand to backhand. Now forehand from center, cross court. To the forehand cross court of Paul. Another forehand cross court. It's a forehand for Paul. Back to the same side. It's a backhand now down the middle from Paul. Backhand goes inside out from center, but it's in the net. 15-40. 2 break points for Paul. This is a topsy-turvy set. Listen, in Eastbourne, it was 3-6-3 sets. Center broke once. Paul broke twice. Paul was 2 for 4 on break points, which is not a good stat for center. Paul winning half of his break points. Center not very clutch there, and Paul saved 5 of 6, 83%. So Paul was much better at saving break points in Eastbourne. That's part of why he got the win. Listen, it was fast conditions in Eastbourne on the grass. We're playing fast here. Serve from Jannik coming. Serve out wide, forehand in the net. That's a good play from Jannik, 30-40. Good play from Jannik, 30-40. Another serve here from Jannik. Like I said, against Berrettini, Sinner saved 7 of 7 break points in that first set. He's been clutch on serve. It's 30-40 here. Serve down the line, forehand to Paul. It goes long. That's strong from Sinner. Good pace on the serve. It's too much for Paul. It is too much for Paul. Paul needs this break. Yeah, I think so. If Paul doesn't get this break, I have a feeling that he's not climbing back in this set. By the way, on first serve, Sinner is 84% winning first serves. He's still only 56% of first serves in, but he's doing really well when they are going in. So another serve coming here from Jannik at deuce. Serve down the line into the net. Second serve here coming for Jannik. Second serve. Out wide. So forehand return into the top of the net from Paul. It's advantage to center. Paul seems more nervous playing center than Carlos. Wonder why? Yeah, I mean, it could be he's beaten Carlos before in a big Masters event in Canada. This is also his first Masters semifinal. He knows what a good opportunity this is now. The pressure is much more on Paul in this match, I'm sure. So I would feel like that could be part of why. The pressure that might be on Paul now. First serve into the net. Another serve coming here from Jannik. Another serve. Backhand from Jannik into the backhand of Paul. Down the line, forehand scrambling from Sinner. It's a forehand down the line. Paul, Sinner with a lob web high. Paul lets it bounce and then hits a smash. No chance for Sinner. We're back at deuce. No chance for Sinner. We're back at deuce. How many times do you see a monumental win by someone and then can't back it up? Yeah, exactly. It's always hard to back it up. It's the players that really are like top 10, top 5 who often do find the way to back it up. We'll see if Paul can. But we're at deuce here. Paul currently 13th in the live ranks. Deuce here. Serve out wide is wide. Another serve coming here for Sinner. Backhand to the backhand of Sinner, forehand of Paul. Side out to the backhand of Jannik, forehand from Paul, inside out, backhand of Sinner. Backhand from Sinner into the forehand of Paul. Backhand of Jannik into the forehand. It's shanked way up high. Goes back on his side. Advantage to Sinner. Goes back on Paul's side. Advantage to Sinner. Bit of a shank there. I'm not sure who I want to win. Like both guys. Yeah, both players are cool. They're two of my easily both top 10 favorites for me, so I do like both. Paul's been grinding out a career, and Sinner's held talented, massive forehand power on the forehand side, especially. Yeah, totally goes. Yeah. Very talented player. I think if Paul had a chance with this match, he really needs the first, just like against Alcaraz, Cerundolo, and Diego. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think that's probably right. Yeah. He definitely really wants his first set. I don't think it's impossible for him to win in 3, even if he loses it, but he will much prefer to have this first set in the bag against a guy like Jannik. Forehand, that's huge. Forehand of Jannik in the net. Deuce. Long games here. We're 36 minutes in. We're only at 4-2. Do you think Wimbledon will ever put a roof on the other courts? Yeah. I think they'll roof up on as we keep going with overtime. They'll probably put a roof on a few of the other courts, but we'll see. No, I don't, Ghost. I think they want to keep it simple with 2. Yeah, maybe. Don't have a great answer to that. It's 4-2 deuce here. Sinner here serving. 8.5 minute game so far. We're at deuce. Sinner serve into the Paul backhand. Paul backhand from Sinner into the forehand of Paul inside out. That's a huge winner from Paul. Sinner can't even get a racket on it. Inside out. Advantage to Paul. Advantage to Tommy Paul. Advantage to Paul. Paul with the break point. See if he can convert. Sinner serve. Paul back in return. That's a strong return. Backhand of Paul to the backhand of Jannik. Cross. Slice. Forehand from Jannik into the backhand of Paul. Down the middle. Forehand of Sinner. It's in the top of the net. It's 4-3. Paul with a smile. Looks up at his box. It's 4-3. Paul gets the break back. Tommy Paul gets the break back. Wow. 4-3. 37 minutes in. A lot of long games. Feels like every game's been super long. So who we got in the chat? We got Ghost of Gerolitis. We got Peaches. We got Matt Hill. Who else we got? We got Joseph, Sean. A lot of people in here in the chat. Good to see. Good to see. But yeah, 37 minutes into this one. Sinner not making a ton of first serves is really hurting him. He didn't make a lot of first serves against Monfils either. I mean, he's winning them when he's getting them in, but he's 31%, 4 for 13 on second serve. And only just over half of the first serves are going in. So that's something he's got to improve. 4-3. 4-3. Now, Anthony Hirsch here for Quality Tennis. Don't forget to like the video. Helps out the channel. Sub if you're new. If you're not subbed, if you are enjoying it. Quality Shot Tennis will be here for Cincinnati as well for the U.S. Open. We'll be here for the Canada Final as well. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying it. Change over here, 4-3. It's turning out to be a very interesting first set. A lot of breaks. We've already gotten 4 breaks. In fact, over half of the games in this match so far have been breaks, which is a little bit unusual. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Center up at 4-3. This is going to be a long match. It definitely has that vibe about it, yeah. Definitely has that vibe about it. Is France hosting the Olympics? I'm so out of it. Yeah, it's going to be at Roland Garros courts. It's going to be at Roland Garros for the Olympics next year. I'm so excited. Especially if Nadal can come back. That will be very compelling. Djokovic. Djokovic at the Olympics next year at Roland Garros. That's going to be about as compelling as it gets in tennis. Backhand into the backhand of Paul, cross and backhand of Sinner. Forehand of Paul. Forehand squash out of Sinner. No, it's out from Paul. Love 15. Listen, these guys are trading breaks like it's nothing. These guys are trading breaks like it's just absolutely nothing. So let's see if Paul can be more solid on the serve and get the hold here. Serve from Paul into the forehand of Sinner. Goes out, 15-all. Serve from Paul. Hits the tape, goes long. Second serve. Serve into the backhand. Return of Sinner goes long. 30-15 for Paul. We've already gotten 4 breaks in the match so far. That's over half of the games. We'll see if they can be more solid on serve. It's 30-15 here for Paul. Paul was very solid on serve against Alcaraz. But the level of returning from Sinner so far in this tournament is very high. 30-15. Serve from Paul into the net. Another serve coming here. Second serve. It's in the net. Double fault. 30-all. I think that's the first double fault of the match from Paul. Maybe I'll go to Europe next year. Are Olympic tickets expensive? Probably. Yeah, they're super expensive. Another break. It could be. It could be. We'll see. This is a big point. Really big point here. 30-all. Already 41 minutes into this first set. Backhand goes out from Sinner. It's a bit shanked. It's 40-30 for Paul. Shank from Sinner. It's 40-30 for Paul. But yeah, like I said, both guys have had a very strong season. Jannik Sinner was having an amazing season, really, from after Australia to Monte Carlo. He won a title in Montpellier. That was his first title after the first event after the Australian Open. He won. Then he played an amazing tournament in Rotterdam, reached the final. He even took a set off of Medvedev in perfect conditions for Medvedev. Sinner forehand to the backhand of Paul, backhand of Sinner. As the tape goes over, backhand Paul across to the backhand of Sinner. Paul runs around it, forehand inside out, goes for too much though. We're back at deuce. Paul goes for a little bit too much there. Back at deuce. But yeah, Sinner after that reached the 3 straight Masters semifinals, which I think is something that hasn't been done outside of the Big Four since I don't remember when, but a long, long time ago. So it was really one of a kind. He reached the semifinals of Indian Wells, Miami, and Monte Carlo. Similar position to where he is now in Monte Carlo. He was playing the second semifinal of the day, trying to get to a final. It was Rublev waiting in the final. He had Ruda in the semis. You got to feel like the caliber of players here, even though they're playing amazing, you got to feel like this is a great opportunity for Sinner, and as good as he's had, to win a Masters. Advantage here for Paul. A lot of long games so far. Kick serve and backhand of Jannik, backhand Paul into the backhand of Jannik, cross court. Backhand of Sinner. Oh, it goes out. 4-all. 4 games all. Paul holds. Paul gets the hold here. Wow. 4 games all, 44 minutes in, and we're at 4 games all. A very long 8 games. What's that by average? 8 games, 44 minutes. If I could do math real quick. What is that exactly? That's over an average of 5 minutes per game. It's like, what, 5.5 minutes per game? Long set so far. Tough hold. Yep, that's it. 4 games all here. It's going to be a very interesting end to this first set. Serve into the net. Another serve coming here from Jannik. Serving the backhand of Paul on the return right off the baseline. Looked like Sinner thought it was going out. It's a forehand from Sinner. That goes out. It's love 15. Tommy Paul is kind of looking to stray away here. Tommy Paul is looking to stray away here. This is their first meeting on hard courts, by the way. Their other 2 meetings were on clay and grass courts. Their first 3 meetings, 3 different surfaces. This is their first time playing on hard courts. There are other 2 meetings, Eastbourne and Monte Carlo last year. Serve out wide, hits the tape, goes over, it's a let. Another serve coming. Serve from Sinner into the net. Second serve coming here for Sinner. Feel like a big moment in this match, at least in this first set. Kick serve into the backhand of Paul down the middle. Goes long, 15 all. I don't know. It feels a little bit nervy from both. Neither guy really doing amazing on their own serve, and it feels a little bit nervy. It's 15 all here. The nerves make sense. They're both guys feel the great opportunity to win their first Masters title. It's 15 all here. Serve from Sinner is long. First serve is still evading him. Kick serve into the backhand of Paul, backhand Sinner, to the backhand slice of Paul, backhand to Sinner, to the backhand of Paul, cross court, backhand Sinner, big into the backhand of Paul, forehand of Sinner, back to that backhand, to backhand from Sinner, down the middle, forehand of Paul, forehand to Sinner is a big rally. It's in the net from Paul, 30-15. Sinner escapes that rally. It's 30-15. 30-15 here. Big semifinal for both players, 30-15. See if Sinner can hold. It would be big for Sinner to hold here. He's already broken Paul twice in this set. You got to feel like if he goes to 5-4, he's got a good chance in the next game. Or at least a chance. 30-15 here. Serve from Sinner into the net. Second serve. Kick serve into the forehand of Paul. It's in the net. 40-15 for Jannik. 40-15 for Jannik. So from Jannik down the line, it's big, and it's in the ground from Tommy Paul. Jannik gets the 5-4. He's 1 game away from taking this first set, is the Italian. Taking on the American here. Both very aggressive players playing on fast conditions. Very interesting here. I remember how awesome it was when they held the tennis at Wimbledon. Yeah, the Olympics 2012. That's one of my favorite tennis tournaments ever. 2012 Olympics held at Wimbledon. Del Potro Federer in the semifinals goes like 1917. That was awesome. I love that one. Yeah, that was a great event. Roland Garros will be special too. I love Olympic tennis. I have a feeling this summer clay tournaments like Hamburg and Umag are going to be stacked next year. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, I've been saying it for like about a year now. The Olympics next year have the possibility, the potential of being one of the best tennis tournaments that we'll see. Just because Djokovic has never won the Olympics. He's never even been to an Olympic final. And listen, Djokovic is amazing at Roland Garros too. And he's going to like his chances. He's going to put everything into the Olympics next year. Of course, Alcaraz will play his first Olympics at RG. That'll be very interesting. And yeah, Nadal, if Nadal comes back especially, then that's going to be one tournament to watch. No doubt about it. It's going to be one tournament to watch. Prediction, Sinner breaks here. I just trust his pressure point composure more than Paul's. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I probably trust his pressure point composure more. Yeah, I think a good chance that Sinner breaks here, but I don't know. I'm not fully confident in it though. I think Paul holds. I think Paul holds, but we'll see. There, on paper, Sinner has a good chance of breaking for sure. If you're Spain, who's your top dog at the Olympics, Rafa or Carlitos? That's hard to say. If Rafa's playing at Roland Garros, then he can't ever count out Rafa. But I feel like most people are going to answer Carlos if we're talking realistically. But listen, I'm not one of those guys I'm not going to say a word because I know how good Rafa is at Roland Garros. Pretty much unbeatable. If he steps on the court, then he's hard to beat. 15 love. Question is, does Rafa even qualify? Yes, Matt. That's a big question too. I mean, by all means, he deserves like a wild card or something. But yeah, is he going to be a top 4 Spaniard next year? Hard to say. If he does come back, which we all are hoping that he does. Forehand cross and forehand of Sinner. That's huge. Massive down the line. 15 all. Massive shot from Sinner. Scintillating forehand from Sinner. 15 all here. 15 all here. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Don't forget to like the video as well. It's Anthony here for Quality Shot. That was a massive forehand right down that sideline on the ad side. 15 all here. It's huge for Sinner. By the way, Sinner is 4-0 against de Minaur in their head-to-head. He has a good record against de Minaur. De Minaur is probably playing the best tennis of his career, so it's going to be tough anyway. They've had a lot of close matches, but Sinner is 4-0 against de Minaur. Paul might be a bigger challenge for Sinner than de Minaur. We'll see, though. All 3 players left in the tournament are playing good tennis. They're not the names we expected, but they're all playing good tennis. It's 30-15 here for Paul. This is a good question, yeah. Yeah, Ghost, we gotta consider. We're just like putting ahead in like, okay, yeah, Rafa's gonna be at the Olympics, but yeah, is he gonna be able to qualify even? That's a good question. Spain is crazy. They have a lot of players. It's not quite like what it was 10 years ago where Spain had like 10 players in the top 20 or whatever, but it's they're still rather good. Big forehand cross court. Paul shot way up high, goes long. 30 all. Sinner fist bumps. 30 all. Sinner 2 points away from taking this first set. Okay. We gotta zone in here, dial in, because guess what? Semifinal in Toronto, and it's a big moment here. Darren Cahill fist bumping up to Sinner from his box, by the way. Darren Cahill used to be a player himself, very good coach, very good commentator as well, smart analyst. He is, of course, the coach of Sinner. 30 all here. Serve of Paul into the backhand of Sinner. That's massive inside out off the backhand. Sinner fist bumps. 30-40. Jannik earns himself a set point in the first set. This has been a long first set, to say the least. Long first set, 52 minutes in. And that's about as long of a 6-4 set, potentially, as you'll see. 30-40 here. Every game's been close, and we've seen about 4 or 5 breaks. Let's see if Sinner can add even a 6th. Or a 5th. Whichever it is, whatever. Add another break to all of them that have happened so far. It's a serve wide from Paul. Sinner ready to try to take this first set. Kick serve into the backhand of Sinner. Forehand of Paul. It goes long. Jannik Sinner grabs the first set in Toronto. And he's 1 set up to get to a final in Toronto. Wow, okay, let's go. Jannik Sinner with the first set. Tommy Paul is going to want to rebound. And Tommy Paul didn't play a bad set either. He's going to want to maybe be a little bit more solid on serve. But yeah. Sinner 6-4. Sinner breaks 3 times in that set. What'd I say? You see that, Anthony? Yeah, you got it, Ghost. You got it. Go set it. Let's go. That's it, Jody. Let's go, Jannik. Jannik got it. 6-4. Let's see if Paul can rebound. This second set's going to be fun. Sinner trying to win his first Masters title. Trying to get to a Masters final. His first Masters final, or big final in general, outside of Miami. That would be massive for Jannik. Be absolutely massive for Jannik. He takes the first set 6-4. Center is a big game baller. That's it. I call Carlos Goku and center Vegeta. That's good. That's good. I like that. That's a pretty good comparison. I'm not even gonna lie. That's pretty good. 6-4 here in the first set. As we like to do, I'll just quickly go over some of the stats here. But 53 minutes long, 6-4 set. That's a long first set. Every game, it seemed like, went to 30 all. Sinner somehow 47% first serve percentage and yet still pulled out the set. Winners to errors. I don't know. I mean, Paul, the stats are almost better for Paul, but Sinner got the set. Sinner played the big points better. And let's look at the break points. Break points, 1 for 4 is Paul. That's not good at all. 3 for 5 for Sinner, which isn't amazing, but it's better than 1 for 4 on break points. All right, guys, we got this match underway. Semifinal in Toronto. Hope you guys are enjoying it. It's Anthony Hirsch here on commentary for QualityShot Tennis. QualityShot, we got a lot of stuff coming up, so definitely subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you guys are enjoying it. We're at 6-4 here in the first set. Umpire calls time. Second set about to be underway. But yeah, Jannik just has that thing about him. He has that X factor. He has that kind of just top player thing about him where he really just, well, first of all, he's very skilled. He I don't know, he plays at a very top tier all year this year, but he knows when to pounce. He senses it. The killer to finish off matches is still a little bit tougher for him, although he's been a little bit better this year. He's had some good wins, but he still needs to improve on that. But let's see. He deserves a Masters by now. He's been knocking at that door. So forehand, huge inside out. Lob way up high off the defense from Paul. That's a good get. Another smash. Paul is there, though, with another lob. Jimmy Connors-esque. That's an even better lob. Smash from Sinner. Slice from Paul. Wow, what defense to start the set off. Backhand on the slide. Paul regroups. Forehand cross. Forehand from Sinner is huge. So forehand from Sinner demolishes the forehand of Tommy. Forehand of Sinner cross. It's a forehand of Paul into the backhand of Sinner. It's in the net. Tommy Paul with a statement to start off the second set with that amazing athleticism that Tommy can bring. You don't count Tommy Paul out because you don't really expect it from him, but he can just pull off that defense. He said, listen, Sinner, I know you're whatever, you hit winners all over the court. I was watching the Monfils match, but I have the defense too. I got the defense too. My favorite analyst, but he's an even better coach. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely, Matt. Hey, what's up? We got Max in the chat. What's up? What's up? Yeah, we got Ghost in here as well. We're having a good time, good stream. Love 15. It's only picking up. It's only picking up. That was a great first point from Paul. Come on, Tommy, fight. That's it. See if Paul has it in him. 57 minutes into this match. It was a long 6-4 set in the first set. A lot of breaks. 5 to be exact. Forehand for Paul down the middle. It's a huge forehand from Sinner. Paul can't get that one back. It's 15 all. It's 15 all. 15 all. But yeah, that Sinner Monfils match in the corners. That was a classic. Sinner Monfils was awesome in the last round. And it was super nice to see Sinner and Monfils like super nice to each other and stuff. After the match as well, great handshake at the net. And then on Instagram too, they were very complimentary of each other. I really hope Gale does something before he puts up his racket. I hope he's around a little bit longer, but it's Jannik Sinner who's really putting himself in a chance to get that first Masters. This isn't about getting to a Masters final. This isn't about a fifth Masters semi. He's looking to get that first Masters, or this is disappointing all the way. Forehand is wide from Paul. 30-15 for Sinner. 30-15 for Jannik. Sinner came in like a wrecking ball for this match. That's it. 30-15 here. Sinner serving. Sinner serve out wide, goes long. Second serve. Second serve here. Kick serve into the backhand of Paul. That's a good return down the line. Forehand of Paul. That's a great shot inside in. Sinner gets to it, but it's a good shot from Paul to the opposite side. 30 all. Good point from Paul there. Really doing well off the ground. Really hitting through that forehand. He's an aggressive player, is Tommy Paul. That's why he did so well against Alcaraz. That's why he does so well against Alcaraz. It's the aggressive players whose games go for a lot who really do well against Alcaraz. You got to beat Alcaraz at his own game. Alcaraz just crushing forehands. You got to do the same thing to beat Alcaraz. Both boys tense. Yeah, it's always tense when you're watching Sinner play. I really picked the wrong player to be behind. It's always tense when Jannik's on the court. But yeah, it's tense here. Paul with a forehand at the forehand of Jannik. Backhand from Paul into the backhand of Jannik. Forehand of Paul. It's in the net though. 40-30 for Jannik here. 40-30 for Jannik here. 40-30 for Sinner. Paul needs to win this set. Yeah, I mean, if Paul doesn't win the set, he's out. It's 2 out of 3. Yeah, he needs to win the set, absolutely. It'll be an interesting third set if Paul wins, because Paul really picked it up in the third set against Carlos. We'll see if he does the same if we get to a third. Serve down the line. Paul forehand, the forehand of Jannik cross court. Paul goes for a big forehand, but it's out. Paul kind of runs over to his chair, 1-0. Paul runs over to his chair, 1-0. Darren Cahill watching on in the box, as I said. Yeah, who we got in here? We got Max N, we got Peaches, we got Ghost of Geralditis, we got Matt, we got Jody Breeze. Thank you all for joining. Don't forget to like the video if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. And don't forget to sub as well to the channel if you haven't. It's a great tennis channel here at QualityShot Tennis. Everybody who commentates for the channel. We got more stuff coming. Hour into this match, 1-0. Hope you guys are enjoying it. It's Anthony here for QualityShot. Anthony here for QualityShot. 1-0 here for Jannik. Both guys trying to get their first Masters. Paul trying to reach his first Masters final. This is his first Masters semifinal, although he reached semis of Australia earlier in the year. Second serve coming here from Tommy. Kick serve into the forehand of Jannik, cross court forehand of Paul into the forehand of Jannik, and backhand slice of Paul. It's in the net though. Sinner, I love 15. I just have the feeling like Sinner is playing the better tennis and is only picking up a bit here. I got a good feeling about Sinner in the second set. Hey, what's up, Ashley? Good to have you. What's up? What's up? What's up, Ashley? Love 15. Love 15. Good to have you, Ashley. Jannik took the first set, 6-4. We're early stages in the second set. There's a lot of breaks in that first set. It was a long first set, 15-all. 15-all here. Paul trying to be the first American to get to a Masters final since Fritz in Indian Wells last year. Sinner trying to be the first Italian to get to a Masters final since Miami earlier in the year when Sinner did it. When he did it himself. 15-all here. Paul serve into the forehand of Sinner cross and the forehand cross of Paul. Forehand of Sinner goes wide though, 30-15. 30-15, Paul's got to stay clutch on the serve. Paul's got to stay clutch in the serve. Okay, I feel like we're getting more people in here. On the last stream, I said that I'd tell some stories from Atlanta Open, from when I got the chance to go to Atlanta. I'll try to tell some. I'll tell some later in this set. Hopefully, you got more people in here too. I appreciate anybody who's watching. It's 30-15 here for Paul. Hour and 3 minutes in. Serve into the forehand. It's a let from Paul. A let from Tommy Paul. Backhand from Sinner into the forehand. Paul goes long, 30-all. 30-all. Paul needs this game. He can't just go down a break here. Paul can't go down that quickly here in the second set. No, he just can't. 30-all. One 30-all in this second set. Serve out wide, forehand from center, off the return to the forehand of Paul across courts, a forehand from center, down the middle to the backhand of Paul. Oh, center goes for a backhand down the line, but he misses it into the net. But listen, I don't know if that was a bad shot from center. He just missed it. But he kind of nodded to the box like, that's what I need to do. I just missed that one. But come on, Paul, make it happen. I want 3 sets. Yeah, 3 sets would be epic. I hope we get it, Peaches. 40-30 here for Tommy. Serve from Paul down the line, center forehand from Paul into the forehand of Jannik, forehand of Paul into the forehand of Jannik, inside out, backhand Paul into the backhand of Jannik, backhand Paul into the forehand of Jannik, forehand of Paul across court, where he has great rallies down the middle from Paul. It's a backhand. Paul trying to hit deeper in the court. It's a backhand from Paul, but center is out hitting Paul from the back of the court. We're at deuce. I said a lot there. I say a lot when I'm commentating. I can speak fast sometimes. Paul with the forehand down the middle in the center of the court. It's fun to commentate, though. Come on, Paul, make it happen. I want 3 sets. Yeah, this tournament is definitely living La Vida Loca. I love it. This is like Canada last year. People are like, this is new. No, Canada last year was the same. It was the same business in Canada last year. Carreno Busta won out of nowhere, and there was not a single top 8 seed outside of Casper Ruud in the 3rd round. Listen, Canada last year was bonkers, too. But yeah, this tournament's been weird. No doubt about it. This tournament's been weird. Deuce here for Paul. Paul needs this game. I just feel like Paul needs this game. I really have that feeling about it. I know there were a lot of breaks in that first set, but I feel like Paul needs it. Forehand. Oh, and it's a winner from Paul inside in. Good news for Paul. He's at advantage. He's at advantage. Serve into the back return of Paul. Goes out 1-all. Paul holds. Let's see what Tommy Paul can do. Or is the center? Yeah, it's it, Stefano. Let's see what center can do. Let's see what Jannik can do. So apparently Paul called the trainer. Hope he's okay. Yeah, I hope that doesn't play a big role in this match. You never like it when there's a 3rd player on the court. When there's injury plays a part as well. Is Paul injured? He might be. I haven't noticed anything substantial from the way he's moving, but you just never know. Come on, center boy. That's it. Jannik trying to get it done. 1 game all, but Paul trying to push the 3 sets. But center, you just have to feel like he deserves that Masters. But listen, Tommy Paul is 26. Paul is 5 years the older of center, but feels like center's been around a while. Center turns 22 in 4 days. He will just barely, if he does get the Masters, he'll barely have gone to Masters as a 21 and under player, which isn't always, which is a pretty rare case. But he just barely got that first Masters. He's had chances before, a lot of close calls in Masters, but he's been knocking out the door for a while. Serve out wide, Paul backhand return into the ground, 30 love. Center has to be a fighter in this match. Yeah, I mean Paul's got to fight too. My Christina voice, nice. Yeah, I hope Paul's good though. I hope Paul's good. 30 love. Like I said, you never want there to be a 3rd player on the court. That player sometimes can be injuries. You don't want that to play a part. 30 love here for center. 30 love here for Jannik. Forehand way up high, goes long from Paul, 40 love. You're a very good commentator, Bravo. I appreciate it, Stefano. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm here for a lot of Quality Shot tennis streams. Don't forget to sub to the channel, ring the notification bell too. If you like what I bring, then ring the notification bell. I'm a big fan of Sinner. He's actually my favorite player on the tour, and but I'm a fan of Paul too. I'm a fan of tennis, and I'm here for a lot of tennis matches. So don't forget to sub if you haven't already. And yeah, if you want to follow me, my channel Tennis Commentary Booth with Anthony Hirsch is my channel. Commentary Booth on Twitter, Tennis Commentary Booth on Instagram. That's my accounts, and Tennis Commentary Booth with Anthony Hirsch on YouTube if you want to follow me. But yeah, Anthony Hirsch here for Quality Shot. Glad you're enjoying it. 22, man, imagine having that much talent so young. To me, it's incredible. Absolutely incredible. And Sinner says that he didn't fully commit to tennis until he was like 15 or something? 16? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Sinner has a crazy story about him. Yeah, he's about to turn my age, 22. I'm a bit older than him, though. I'm about a year older than Sinner. I turned 23 in October. Sinner's about to turn 22. By the way, the trainer is testing out Paul's shoulder a bit. That's what it looks like to me. I can't really tell here. There's about to be a medical timeout here. Paul is going to lie on the ground. I'm trying to tell what injury this is. Listen, late stages into tournaments like this, they're often holding something. Tommy Paul has played 4 matches in this tournament. Jannik Sinner's only played 2. Don't forget, Andy Murray withdrew against Sinner earlier in the event. Yeah, it's Tommy Paul currently having a medical timeout. But yeah, Paul's played 4 matches. Sinner's played 2, so. Matt, they canceled the women's match tonight. Wow. That's wild. That's a good call, yeah. Yes, he was a skier before he decided to become tennis player. Yeah, Stefano, we were talking about that earlier in the stream. We were just talking about that earlier in the stream. Yeah, he was a junior skier. One of the best junior skiers, yeah, before he became tennis player, which is wild. Kind of like Federer, kind of like Murray, even Nadal, kind of choosing between soccer and tennis. But skiing, that's an interesting one. I definitely follow you. I like your voice very much. I appreciate stuff, Anna. Appreciate that. I'm glad for that. Yeah, tennis commentary booth with Anthony Hirsch if you want to follow me. Tennis commentary booth on Instagram, commentary booth on Twitter. That's tennis commentary booth with Anthony Hirsch for my stuff. I'll try to post more. Been lacking on lackadaisical on it. Been lacking, but like I've been busy. 2-1 here for Sinner. I got a lot of there's a lot of stuff coming out. But yeah, medical timeout here for Paul. I really hope that this doesn't play an effect on the match. You want the match to be played with both players in good health. But while there's a medical timeout, I'll tell a few stories from the Atlanta Open trip because I think that's interesting. So, okay, on the last stream, I was like, I'm going to tell some stories from Atlanta, and then I just totally forgot. By the way, Sinner moving around while Paul is getting the MTO. But for anybody who doesn't know, I got to go to the Atlanta Open as media, which was very fun. I got to interview a few players. I got to interview Kei Nishikori. I got to interview JJ Wolf, who's a legend. I got to interview Fritz. Also a very genuine, down-to-earth guy. That's on the channel as well. There's a vlog of me interviewing those players. But yeah, I got some crazy stories from the tournament. Well, first of all, I got this one. It comes to mind first. This is a story that I haven't told before. So basically, about a quarter of a mile away from the tournament, there's a hotel. This is the hotel where all the players stayed in. This is the hotel where there were all the press conferences where I got to interview those players. So basically, this hotel was basically a part of the tournament. It's where the media room is, where press conferences were held, whatever. Anyway, to get to the media room, so I was media at the Atlanta Open. To get to the media room, you have to go through this restaurant. I know it sounds weird. You have to take like 5 turns in this restaurant that's at the hotel. Anyway, I walked through this hotel probably about 15, 16 times. Like, I walked so much that day when I went to the Atlanta Open. It's crazy. I'll get to that too. But so basically, Marcelo Melo, big doubles player, he was at the hotel sitting at the booth just all by himself. He was sitting at the booth all by himself. This was on the way to the media room. I passed Marcelo Melo just sitting alone at the booth. He was there for like 2.5 hours, just sitting by himself. And I must have passed him like 15 times, and I awkwardly made eye contact with him like 5 or 10 times. It was so weird. Like, he was just sitting at the booth, and I was like, Jesus, this guy is still here at the booth. I was like, that's cool. If somebody wants to sit like by their lonesome or whatever, that's cool too. But it was just so funny because I've seen Marcelo Melo play doubles before many times. I'm a fan of doubles too, but it was just so funny. This like guy who I think's been number 1, number 2 in doubles in the world. I just passed him in that booth like 20 times. I was like, okay, well, that's something that's going on. And that's one story, but he was literally there for like 2 hours. There were so many players I saw at the hotel. Lestienne, the French player Lestienne, he was just waiting outside the hotel. Also, Dan Evans, I saw him near this hotel as well. There were a few players that I passed. But that's one funny story. I just passed Marcelo Melo like 10 times and made awkward eye contact with him like 5 times when I went to the Atlanta Open. But you're just sitting alone in a booth for like 2 hours. But shout out to Mello. That's cool. I would do the same thing. Forehand from Sinner into the forehand of Paul. Forehand of Sinner. Cross court. Forehand of Paul. Bounces back to his side. It's left 15 here. Paul just with a medical timeout. Let's hope that doesn't stint his kind of momentum. And let's hope he's healthy for it. Sinner is going to look to strike here early. While Anthony, why didn't you speak to him? Yeah, I should have. I don't know. But you gotta just leave the people alone. You know, I mean, they're just people like whatever. He's just at the booth, whatever. I didn't want to bother him. But I got to interview JJ Wolf and speak to him. JJ Wolf. Listen, anybody who doesn't know, I got to interview JJ Wolf. As I was leaving the hotel, he waved to me as I was leaving the hotel. I don't remember if it was after the Wolf interview or after my interview with Dominic Kopfer. One of the others at the Atlanta Open, Taylor Fritz. I turned to my left, and Taylor Fritz is walking right out of the elevator and goes like within 1 foot of me. And gives me a look for like 1 second, but he's like walks right next to me, which was so crazy. And then like 2 hours later, after his match with Wu at Atlanta, I got to interview him. But yeah, and I'm super happy with the interviews and the questions that I got to do too, because I mean, Nishikori getting a huge win against Shank. He lost his next match, but that's a big win for him on the comeback. And I don't know. Also, what else? Taylor Fritz, that's a big win against Wu. He really wasn't challenged for the rest of Atlanta. He was kind of on a down streak, so I was glad to interview him. It's a forehand into the net from Paul, by the way. 15-40 here for Jannik. Love your stories. I appreciate it. Yeah, these are great anecdotes. I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, it's crazy. And I saw Coco Gauff twice. I was like 99% sure I saw Coco Gauff once. I like turned to my left in the hotel room. She's just on her phone like a regular teenager. I'm like, that was Coco Gauff. I'm not 100% sure. She was looking out at her phone, but I'm like, it was Coco Gauff. And then it's confirmed because later on in the day, I see Coco Gauff walking with like her boyfriend in Atlanta, which was crazy too. Serve out wide, forehand of Sinner, forehand of Paul. That's too good inside out, 30-40. Anthony, are you going to U.S. Open? I wish. I don't think that's in the cards this year. Next year, yes. Next year, absolutely. This year, it's kind of hard for me to set that up. I got other stuff going on too. But I want to go to a lot more tournaments. 30-40 here. Sinner with another break point. I'll tell more stories too. I got a few others coming to my head, you know. 30-40 here. Fun to recollect on it. Forehand of Sinner. It goes wide. Wow, that was a bad missed return from Sinner. He had to play on it. Deuce. Next changeover, I'll try to name a couple more stories. I love doubles. I always catch the finals on Grand Slam events. Yeah, listen, Wimbledon final last year. I don't know if anybody saw it. That's in the chat. Probably not. But Mektic Pavic versus Ebden and Purcell. I got to see Max Purcell play in Atlanta too, by the way. But doubles. That's a forehand cross court into the forehand of Sinner. That's huge. The forehand of Paul, and the ball gets away from the racket of Paul. We're at advantage. I'd love to call the final tomorrow, especially if there's a chance Jannik might get the first Masters. Also, Demonor, who I saw in Atlanta too. I think everybody knows that by now. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. But we're at advantage here for Jannik. So from Paul into the net, second serve. This got to be Sinner's chance to strike. Oh, it's the serve, hits the tape and goes long from Paul. We're at 3-1. This is not looking good for Tommy. But yeah, Wimbledon final last year. Ebden, it was 7-6 in the fifth set. I think it was Pavic, Mate Pavic, who was injured his right hand, and he was basically playing left-handed, I think, for most of the match or something like that. And he still they almost managed to win the match. It was the craziest match, 10-8 in the fifth set tiebreaker. So I don't know if there's highlights on YouTube, but there should be, because that's doubles, singles. I like singles way more than doubles, but I like doubles too. But it's honestly one of the best matches I've ever seen, the Wimbledon final last year. Doubles can be fun. It's fun. The quick reactions, kind of the strategy. It's kind of like chess played at 90 miles an hour. which is a quote from the great Robin Williams. But it's kind of like quick chess. It's very a strategic game. You have to have good touch shots, quick reactions. You have to have full control of the court, kind of be in coordination with your partner as a team. Very different from singles, but very interesting in its own way. 15 love here. Come on, Paul. What are you doing? Yeah, Peaches. See if Paul can pick it up. 15 love. It's a serve out wide from Jannik. 30 love. This is looking very good for Jannik Sinner here. 30 love at 3-1. It's looking very good for Jannik Sinner at 3-1, 30 love. I can already picture de Minaur defending for his life against Sinner. Yeah, I can't imagine that that's a good matchup for de Minaur. Sinner is 4-0 against de Minaur. They've played a few close matches, Sean, but that's going to be tough for de Minaur. I feel like Paul might be it might even be a stronger challenge for Sinner than de Minaur. But de Minaur is playing the best tennis of his life. Like I said, they have had a few close matches. But you got to feel like Sinner is going to like his chances. 30 love. Serve into the forehand of Paul, backhand of Jannik. Jumping up to the forehand of Paul, inside out. Backhand of Sinner. That's a good shot. Backhand of Sinner again. Just skidding through the court. It's a huge forehand to the forehand of Paul. Paul just seems like one step shorter, to be honest. One step slower, I mean. Backhand from Sinner. Hits the tape, goes back on his side. 30-15. 30-15. Very good chance. Jannik's got to like his chances to win a Masters right now. He's in a good position. de Minaur is going to be tough, but he's in good position. If Cincinnati moves to Charlotte, I may have to make that a day trip. I'm only 3 hours from there. Yeah, I'm close to Charlotte too. Yeah, I might have to get up there too. I'd love to go to Cincy as well. I was thinking about going to Cincy this year, but that didn't end up happening. There's a better chance of me going to Cincy this year than New York, but just didn't end up happening. Next year for sure, I'm going to try to go to as many tournaments as I can. Serve down the line, forehand of Jannik, inside out to the backhand of Tommy, forehand of Sinner into the forehand of Paul, cross court to the forehand of Sinner. Forehand of Sinner, that depth is crazy from Sinner at the moment. It's a forehand, again to the forehand of Paul. Sinner's hitting very well off the ground, from the back. It's a forehand for Paul, huge. Inside in, it's a forehand into the net from Jannik. Paul is trying to come back here. Tommy Paul is trying to come back here, 30-all. See if he can make this an epic. We're at 30-all, an hour and 17 minutes into this one. Both guys are going to be motivated. Neither guy has won a Masters before. Ghosty in the house. Yeah, that's it, Sean. That's it. Thank you all for joining. Peaches, Sean, Ghost, Matt, all of y'all. Appreciate y'all joining. It's 30-all here. Semifinal Saturday in Canada. Forehand return into the ground. Center fist bumps big, and that's that clutch serving. We're at 40-30. We're at 40-30 for Jannik. The Italian is nearly 2 games away from the win here. 40-30. Still work to be done, though. Still work to be done. Sinner bouncing the ball. See if he can serve. First serve into the net. Another serve coming here, Sinner. Forehand for Paul into the backhand of Jannik. That's a great angle. It's a good angle from Paul, too. Backhand from Paul. Down the line. That's too good from Tommy. And Tommy is showing why he's in the semifinals. We're at deuce. Tommy's not in the semifinals off a fluke. He had to beat Alcaraz, who was on a 14-match win streak. Alcaraz, who just beat Djokovic in 5 sets in a major final. That just doesn't happen. Tommy Paul's here for a reason. He hits a huge backhand down the line. We're at deuce. Tommy Paul just seems like a step slower, but he's still in this match. You can't count out adrenaline, too, and what that can do to a player. We're at deuce here. Serve down the line is long from Sinner. Second serve coming here. It's turning out to be a big moment in this match, you got to feel. We're at deuce. Is this the last chance for Paul? On back. Paul come back and make this a bit of an epic. We'll see. Advantage to Tommy. Advantage to the American. Come on, Tommy. Let's go 3. He's got to get the break here. Advantage here for Paul. Advantage here for Paul. Sinner's going to get to that Masters final. He's got to earn it. Serve from Jannik into the net. Massive break point coming here. Big serve into the forehand of Paul, backhand of Sinner, into the backhand slice of Paul, forehand of Sinner, inside out, backhand of Paul, right back in it. It's a backhand from Sinner into the forehand of Paul, inside out, backhand of Sinner, down the middle, forehand of Paul. That's a good shot. He's on the offense. That's a good shot from Sinner on the forehand to get back in it, though. Sinner on the defense, and he converts defense to offense real quick with the forehand. Gambles just a bit, hits over it. He's right back in that rally. We're at deuce. We're at deuce here. We're at deuce here. It grinds my gears that Cincy might lose their tournament. Yeah, that makes me super upset. Cincinnati is one of the best tournaments. At least it's, yeah, we can't lose Cincinnati. I hope that keeps it. But we're at deuce here. We're at deuce here. It's great for NC to have Charleston. I hope Cincinnati stays in Cincinnati for the Western Southern. We're at deuce here at 3-1. Serve is way out on the first serve from Sinner. Second serve coming here. First serve percentage is still really evading Jannik. That's why we're at deuce. Second serve kick down the middle. Time Paul with a chance. Forehand cross with the forehand cross. Of Paul, forehand of Sinner into the forehand. Of Paul, he mishits it. It's a fist bump from Jannik. We're at advantage. We're at advantage. Sinner needs to improve his serve. Absolutely, 100%. Listen, as good as Sinner's played in this tournament, he has played well so far. In a few matches he's played well, and he's been clutch on the serve, but he's really given his opponents too many second serves, and he's given his opponents too many chances. He's got to improve. There's a lot of ways for Sinner to improve. There's no doubt about it, but you just got to feel like it's very deserved what it seems like is happening at the moment. It's a forehand return into the net. Sinner with a let's go to his box. We're at 4-1, 6-4, 4-1. 6-4-4-1, even though it would be better for me. Yeah, me too. I personally don't think Cincinnati has done anything to lose that tournament. Tennis is going to do what college football has and break from tradition. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we got to keep the turn. If it's a good tournament, it's a good tournament. We can't. We got to keep it like it is. Yeah, I appreciate you guys joining in. It's Anthony Hirsch here for Quality Shot Tennis. We'll be here for more. I'd love to commentate the final. I don't know if I'll be able to, but maybe I'll try to do a stream on my own channel, Tennis Commentary Booth with Anthony Hirsch. Even if I don't, I'll see, but or just live react on Twitter, whatever. Maybe do a stream on Instagram, I don't know, whatever it is, but that'll be a huge final. Sinner versus Demonor. I think this one's over, friends. I has that feeling about it. It felt like Paul needed that game. Paul had a break point, and he had Paul Sinner way on the defense out wide to the forehand. And Sinner gambles and hits over the forehand deep in the court. Sinner's depth. Depth is a really big thing in tennis. It separates the top players from everybody else. Consistent depth. I've been to Winston-Salem twice. Yeah, that's one of my closest events. Very small tournament before the Open. Yeah, Matt, we gotta meet up sometime at one of the tournaments. But yeah, it's 6-4, 4-1. Sinner, an hour and 22 minutes. The first set was very long, like 50 minutes. The second set, not quite as long so far. 4-1 for Sinner. To try to get a place in his third Masters final to play Demonor. And it would be his first final at a Masters outside of Miami. First big final outside of Miami, which would be massive for Sinner and very deserved. And listen, Canada was never, I didn't think Sinner was going to pick it up by Canada like he has. 2021, although Sinner really wasn't himself in 2021, he lost in the first round to James Duckworth in Canada. Last year, he lost to Pablo Carreno Busta. Really didn't look very strong in that match. But Carreno Busta was very strong in Canada, obviously won the whole tournament. He lost 6-4, 6-2. But Sinner's really picked it up in Canada on the quick conditions, and it's good to see. It's a forehand wide from Paul. You just got to feel like this is Sinner's match to lose now. This is Sinner's match to lose now, guys. Love 15. Sinner trying to get to a final in Canada. And by far his best chance to win a Masters. Listen, he had to play Medvedev. in Miami, he had to play, who else? I mean, he played Hurkacz in Miami the other time he reached a Masters, but he was so young then. This is his best chance to win a Masters. Forehand squash shots into the ground from center, 15-all. Paul with a little bit of life in this match. Thank you, Anthony. Yeah, no problem. No problem, Marina. Yeah, no problem. Glad for you to join in. Glad for you to join in. It's 15-all here at 1-4. Nothing against Charlotte, but I hate it when events/teams get moved because the owners want to up their dividends. It's so disrespectful to the local culture. Yeah, when we have a good event, we got to keep it. Forehand hits the tape, goes over from Paul, huge backhand to the backhand of Paul, forehand of center. Forehand of Paul, forehand of center, hits the tape, but that one doesn't go over. It's 30-15. Hey, what's up? We got Jane in the chat. We got Janie Burr in the chat. What's up, Jane? Good to have you. Sinner is 2 games away from getting to the final. In Canada, he would have Alex de Minaur in the final. It'd be either de Minaur or Sinner who win their first Masters title. De Minaur in his first Masters final. It was also his first Masters semis. So while Layla just lost in qualies to Saints. Damn, that sucks. I wasn't following that. Who beat her, Ghost? It's a smash from Paul, put away, 40-15. Smash from Paul, put away, 40-15. Gosh, it's 2:21 a.m. here in London. I think I'm going to bed, or maybe I'll carry on to listen to you and see if Jannik will size off a good player like Paul. Yeah, absolutely. By the way, I've subscribed to your channel. I appreciate it, Stefano. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah. Tennis commentary booth with Anthony Hirsch. I'll be posting more on there. And I'll be here for more streams on QualityShot tennis. So the qualities for Cincy are stacked. I haven't checked it out. I should though, Jane. Serve into the net from Paul. Yeah, I appreciate it, Stefano. Thank you for joining in. Back in from center is long. 4-2 here. 4-2 here. We got at least one more changeover. Center with the break still, though. Center still with the break. An hour and 27 minutes into this one. Yeah, Rybakina Samsonova in Montreal was canceled for today, which is kind of unfortunate. I was excited for that one. Samsonova has been playing crazy. Rybakina has been amazing all season. And she got through a super tight, weird match against Kasatkina yesterday. That was just unbelievable. de Minaur had to beat Fritz and Medvedev, Amanda. Yeah. de Minaur's had a tough draw. Yeah. de Minaur, very impressive, no doubt about it. He's won his last couple matches in straight sets, too. Obviously beat Davidovich Fokina earlier today, which I did think was going to happen. I did pick Demon for that one. But, it's a good win. And he's had a few here. But, appreciate you joining in, Amanda. Center up here serving 4-2. 6-4, 4-2. It's a serve from Jannik into the forehand of Tommy. Forehand Jannik. It's big. Cross court. It's a forehand of Paul. That's a good shot. Backhand cross into the backhand of Jannik. Cross court. Goes wide, though, from center. Love 15. He's got to finish this match off, though. Nothing is in stone until the match is done. Love 15. Listen, when players have an injury, sometimes they can feel better as a match goes on. Adrenaline can kick in, other stuff. But listen, every shot hit in this match, every rally, every little thing, it has the weight of the fact that both guys have a great opportunity to win their first Masters title. And that's big. Love 15 here for Paul. So from center is way long. Second serve here. Second serve kicked into the backhand of Paul, forehand of center. That's in the net. A few bad errors from center. It's a few bad errors from center. We're at love 30. Love 30, a few bad errors from center. Any pre-slam tournaments are plagued with withdrawals, so that's a good move. Yeah, totally. Yeah, for sure. Rather go to the US Open qualifying fan week than Winston-Salem. I have some big plans for qualifying week on Twitter. We are going to relax after Canada Cincy. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up. Love 30 here for Paul. Paul is saying this match not done yet. He's trying to beat out Alcaraz and Sinner in a row. The Wonder Kids. 15-30. Paul trying to take out the Wonder Kids. 15-30 here. But look, as good as Sinner's played, his first serve, really, he hasn't been making that first serve in very much. I mean, what is it so far? If I could just see here. First serve percentage, 51%. That is just not where Sinner wants it to be in general. But listen, he's almost in the final here. So he's found a way. But center here at 15-30. It's a big point. Serve down the line, forehand return of Paul into the corner. Backhand is long from Jannik. Tommy Paul said, "Hey, you're not done yet. You're not done yet, Sinner. Listen, Sinner, you've had some tough losses, some tight matches. If you want to get to that Masters final with a good chance for a first Masters title against Demon, you got to go through me. You got to earn it. You got to earn it. You have to earn it." I think it's interesting that the final four in Canada are all runners. Sinner, Paul, Demon, and ADF. Quickness is more and more a requirement to win on the tour. Yeah, absolutely, because players are coming to net less and less. It's all about hitting big from the baseline, really being effective in defense to offense. Yeah, absolutely. Speed is a big thing in tennis. Serve out wide, missed the sideline. So it's second serve here for Jannik. Like I said, it's only made half of first serves in, which is not what you want. Serve just goes into the back of the box. A forehand from Jannik down the middle. Huge forehand from Paul. The backhand of Jannik. Jannik gets the point, though, 30-40. Jannik gets the point, though, 30-40. All right, big moments here. Can Jannik save both? Let's see. Let's see here. Let's see if Jannik can save both. Appreciate you guys joining in, by the way. Toronto semis, 30-40. Serve from Jannik down the line. So return from Paul. Oh, it's in. It catches the sideline. Forehand down the middle. Forehand from Jannik. He's got to be steady. It's a forehand from Paul deep in the court. A forehand from Jannik. Jannik back in control, but it's a forehand from Paul to that backhand. Just across the net. It's a slice to the forehand of Jannik inside out. Paul on the defense. Backhand right from that baseline. Some of these shots are just going in from Paul. It's a backhand to the backhand of center. Cross court. Backhand slice to the Paul. A center forehand. A lot of depth on the Paul shots. It's a backhand from center down the middle. Forehand of Paul. He's in control. Forehand of Jannik. Back to that backhand. Long rally here. It's a forehand to the backhand of Jannik. Open stance backhand. Backhand back to that backhand. Backhand back to that backhand. It's a backhand again. Backhand to backhand rally. It's a forehand for Paul, and it's yanked. It goes in, though. Forehand cross score. The crowd can't believe it. Cross court. The point is still in play, by the way. Forehand from Paul. Cross court. It's a forehand from center. Forehand from center. Cross court. That's huge. Paul with a way up high. Jannik is breathing on the court, and he survives the longest rally of the match. One of the longest rallies of the tournament. And maybe the defining rally of the match, and maybe that's what it's going to take. Paul's going to be tired for the next point. What a point there, guys. They're trying to make me struggle on here on the play-by-play. That was a great forehand. Wow. Great stuff there. Paul with a retrieving lob, and it just goes out. And center literally just looking down and just like huffing and puffing. Just huffing and puffing. Center is 6 points away. OMG, what a rally. One of the rallies of the tournament, no doubt about it. That was crazy. Amazing gets from Paul, and he was hitting so deep. Rally length 46? Are you kidding me? I didn't realize it was that long. Jesus Christ. That's one of the longest rallies of the season. I thought I was completely wrong. I thought it was like 30 or 35. 46 is crazy. That's like all time. Wow, what a rally. I didn't even realize it was 46 shots. I knew it was long. Wow. If you look at like longest rallies on YouTube, it will start with points that are like 40 shots long. That's a long rally. Center misses a bad shot there. What a point, 46 shot rally. I didn't even realize it was 46 shots. That's a crazy rally. That was a crazy rally. But halfway through that point, I was just like, wow, this is still going? I was like, wow, this is still going? What a point. That's in, Jane. If you guys are enjoying, don't forget to like the video as well. If we could get to 20 likes by the end of the stream, that would be awesome. But really appreciate you guys watching. It's advantage to Paul. Center really need to make that next shot in after that long rally. Make Paul play, but he missed a bad first shot after the serve. Forehand wide. Advantage here for Tommy. Advantage for the American. Center serve out wide. Paul into the ground. That's a lot of pace. A huge come on from Jannik. Huge come on from Jannik. Deuce. Deuce. 4-2 and deuce. This is a big moment. That rally was insane. 46 shots. Probably the rally of the tournament, you'd have to say. Come on, T. Paul. Let's see if he can do it. Rematch was great. Yeah, Peaches, that match was wild. We have a good match here, too. Deuce. Sent to the ground. Sinner. Sinner he's trying to just be solid and find a way here. He's at advantage. He's at advantage. He's really zoning in here. Advantage to Sinner. This is really going to put a dampener on the spirits of Paul. Sinner is going to be one game away from his third Masters final. And second of the year. He'll also get his 40th. This would be his 40th win of the season as well. Sinner serve into the net. Another serve coming here from Jannik. Another serve coming here from Jannik. At advantage. Kick serve. Back of the line. Backhand from Paul to the backhand of Jannik. Backhand of Paul into the backhand of Jannik. Down the middle. Forehand of Paul. It goes long. 5-2 for Jannik, who just looks determinedly at his box. And listen, 46 rally, the longest ever this year on all the tournaments so far. Yeah, I think so, Stefano. That's insane. Yeah, that's crazy. That's one of the longest ones you'll see. 46 shots is really long. I remember Ruud and Hachanov last year at the U.S. Open. They played a, 55-shot rally, 54-shot rally. So, yeah. I like chili. Nice, Jane. That's the best way to watch the streams. Eating, whatever, just chilling back. 5-2 here. 5-2 here. All right, I said that I'd say a few more stories from Atlanta. I'll just tell a couple more while we're here on the break, right before Sinner finishes this off. I hope I can commentate the final. Either way, Faison will have a good call for you as well. Yeah, in some way or fashion on my social media, I'll be reacting to it. Whether it's on my YouTube channel, Tennis Commentary Booth with Anthony Hirsch, or on Twitter, Commentary Booth, on Instagram, Tennis Commentary Booth, in some way or fashion, I'll try to react to it, or if it's on here. But yeah, I wonder if the Carotas will make to the Open. Oh yeah, Carotas are, the Carota boys are an idea. They'll be anywhere. Carota boys aren't just humans who are a fan of Sinner. They are an entity. They are an idea. They transcend the sport. They can just move on a dime to tournament. They'll be there watching for Jannik at the U.S. Open. I got a good feeling about Jannik at the U.S. Open. He played amazing last year at the U.S. Open. Carota boys are going to be there. Carota boys are going to be there. They are not people. They are an idea. They are an idea. And the idea is being a fan of Sinner. That looked like Roland Garros. Yeah, huge, long clay rally. Absolutely. Absolutely. 5-2, 6-4, 5-2. Hour and 36 minutes into this match. And you got to know, the Carota boys are watching this one too. And they'll be watching the final if Sinner makes it. 15 love here for Paul with a good serve down the line. Anthony here for the commentary quality shot. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Don't forget to like as well if you're enjoying it. The likes do help out the streams. And don't forget to sub as well. It's a good channel for tennis. Hope you guys enjoy it. Not just me, but the other commentators on channel 2. It's an ace down the line. 2 good down the line serves. 30 love. Yeah, anyway, hope you guys are enjoying it. 30 love here for Paul. For Paul. "46-shot rally is crazy. Let's see if we get more of those, but that's absurd. 46 shots. Serve into the forehand, huge down the middle. That's an even bigger forehand from Paul. Steps in, forehand inside in. Sinner slaps the forehand into the net. 40 love. 40 love, 5-2. Let's see how this match finishes off. I like chili and ice cream, LOL. That is a crime, Ghost. That should not be a sentence ever said. 40 love. Here, Paul serving. Paul serving up 40 love, 2-5. Serve. Back in return, forehand to Paul. It feels like Paul is moving just a little bit better. We saw it in that 46-shot rally too. Paul with a little bit of a come on, fist bumps. I don't know. I like this from Paul. And Sinner, Paul has broken Sinner in this match. I mean, let's look. Hour and 40 minutes in, just before this last game. I mean, Paul's won so many points on second serve return. He's won 56% of the second serve return points. Sinner's only made 51% of serves, and listen, he's broken 3 times. Or, wait, let me see. He's broken twice, the Sinner serve. Let's see if he can do it again. He hasn't broken in the set. It's 5-3 for Sinner serving. It's 5-3 for Sinner serving. Let's see if Jannik can get to his first big final outside of Miami, his 3rd Masters final, his 2nd of the season, and he would play Alex Demon, or shout out Demon, because he's a tough player and he's been playing great tennis. Not just this year. I was watching Demonor last year. I was like, Demonor's not getting the results, but he's been playing great tennis. Kind of going under the radar, playing more aggressive. His Paul forehand is out. Sinner out 15 love, but Demonor's really picked up his level, so don't count out Demon completely, but Sinner is 4-0 against Demonor, and you just have to feel on the quick conditions of Toronto. I don't know. Sinner's been in a Masters final before. It's got to be a great chance for Jannik. And he's 3 points away from that great chance. Nothing is set in stone, though. It's 15 love. Serve down the line, just misses the line. Serve down the line, just misses the line. 15 love. Hour and 45 minutes, to be exact. In match time, serve hits the net and goes wide, 15-all. I'd watch out for Paul here. I kind of have a feeling about Paul here. Anybody know what time the Rybakina semifinal starts tomorrow? I don't know exactly. I can look it up, though. If they have it announced. I'm not so sure. Yeah, I don't see it here. They might yet to announce it. Are the Kuroda boys at Toronto? I haven't seen them. I don't think so. I haven't seen them there. I haven't seen the Kuroda boys. Serve into the net. Another serve coming here for Jannik. Another serve coming here for Jannik. Serve from Jannik into the forehand of Paul into the backhand of Jannik. Cross court back into Paul into the backhand of Jannik down the middle. Forehand of Paul into the backhand of Jannik on the slide. Forehand. The forehand of Sinner. That's a big cross court. That's a good cross court shot from. And it's out from Sinner. Sinner's gone for a little bit too much. It's 15-30. I saw it in the Monfils match too, even against Berrettini. I've called all the Sinner matches so far. He's just now and then he goes for a little bit too much on that forehand. And it's 15-30 here. I'd watch out for Paul. Paul's sticking around. Like I said earlier in the match, I feel like both these guys are underrated athletes. We're seeing it a lot now. Like in that 46-shot rally, which is going to be on tennis highlight reels everywhere, you got to think. Just because of the novelty, the length of that rally. Also, Sinner reaction is... Always love the Sinner reactions. It's 15-30. Serve. A wide is out. Second serve. Second serve here for Sinner. 15-30. Forehand for Paul into the backhand of Jannik. Cross court back into Paul into the backhand of Jannik. Big point here. Forehand inside out. Sinner on the defense. Paul in control. Paul forehand inside out. Sinner again on defense. The lob. Smashed from Paul. 15-40. When you thought the match was done, Tommy Paul said not yet. Tommy Paul said not yet. We'll see if Sinner can save these break points. How good is Sinner on break points so far? Let me see here. Let me see here. I like to be a little bit informed on what's happened in the match so far. It's Sinner 7 for 10 on break points, which really isn't that bad, but getting broken 3 times. Paul will know that he can break Sinner in this match. He's broken already 3 times. It's 2 break points here. A big moment in this match. Serve, hits the tape, goes into the box. It's a let here. It's been a tense match. Tommy Paul had a medical timeout earlier in the set. I think a lot of people thought he was done. He's shown he's not quite done yet. He's moving a little bit better now. You got to feel. Serve from Sinner into the net. Second serve coming. He's missed over half of his first serves, has Jannik. Break chance for Paul. Paul forehand down the middle of Sinner forehand. Paul forehand inside out to the backhand of Sinner forehand. Paul into the forehand of Sinner cross court. Forehand Paul into the forehand of Sinner. That's huge down the line and no chance for Paul. That's no chance, Jannik Sinner. No chance, Jannik Sinner, the destroyer. We're at 30-40. Just trying to come up with nicknames for Sinner in real time. The Fox. That's the big one, I think. 30-40. 30-40 here for Jannik. Down another break point, though. It doesn't matter if you get it on the first or the second. Paul's still with another chance. Big crowd watching this one. Huge. Center serve goes out. Just can't buy first serve. Can't buy first serve. Center cannot. Center cannot. Kick serve, short in the box. It's a forehand from Paul. Cross court into the forehand of Jannik. That's big into the backhand of Paul on the slide. Backhand of Jannik. Paul has a chance here with the forehand deep in the court. It's a backhand for Paul into the backhand of Jannik. Forehand of Paul big into the forehand of Jannik. He gets the sideline just as Jannik. It's a forehand into the net. Paul with a big yell and come on. 5-4 for Paul. Paul is bringing this into an epic, but Jannik is going to be disappointed. Center is going to be disappointed. 5-4. Center just points away from the win, and Paul gets it. Listen, we've seen Center serve for a match before and not be able to finish it off. Man, is there another twist in the plot? I guess there is. Come on, Paul. Let's go 3 sets. Yeah, Peaches. You're ruined for that one. Yeah, I can't show the match. I can't show the match. But I hope you guys enjoy it anyway. 5-4 here for Center. 5-4 here for Center. Paul gets the break back. Don't go anywhere. They're showing a court level angle, by the way, for part of that last point. I just feel like court level is so underrated. Court level, that center shot just caught the sideline. It was probably like a millimeter in. And then I really thought that saved Center, and he really unloaded on that forehand. He had it, but he missed it. That was a nice rally. Come on, Paul. Yeah, Peaches, that was a good rally from Paul. He just did what he needed to do. Good defense. A good slide shot in there as well. Probably push the final start back. We have 2 matches probably at the same time, Montreal and Toronto, which never happened in the Masters 1000. Yeah, that's bad. Tennis scheduling. Listen, we got to improve on tennis scheduling because it's bad. It's bad. They always pin the great matches at the same time. Are we trying to make the sport succeed or not? We gotta listen. We gotta think of fan perspective, and it just doesn't work. If why not? I don't have the rights to the match. I don't have the rights to the match to show it. That's Tennis TV and ATP has the rights to it. Five-four here for Jannik. Five-four here for Jannik. Return out wide. Forehand of Paul. Did he make it? He just missed it. Paul went for way too much there. It was a bit of a nervy shot. Center's shot was such a crazy kind of angle. Short in the court, and Paul was almost went around the net with it. Like he hit it from outside of the doubles alley going in, and just missed the sideline. Just missed the sideline. Left 15 here for Center, who's 3 points away yet again. Hour and 49 minutes in. Serve from Paul into the backhand of Center. Backhand Paul. It's in the net again. A few nervy shots from Paul when it looked like Paul might come back. It's left 30 here. Jannik is 2 points away. Jannik is 2 points away here at 5-4. Can Jannik finish this off? He couldn't in the last game. He was serving for it. Love 30. Love 30. Center on the return. Can Center finish this? Almost an hour and 50 minutes of play. That's an ace out wide from Paul, 15-30. Ace out wide from Paul, 15-30. It's hard to say what's going to happen next in this one. We've seen a few wild things. We've seen a medical timeout. We've had a 46-shot rally. We've had 5 breaks in the first set. Hard to say what happens next. Paul breaks when Center serving for the match. First break of this set. Hour and 53 minutes into the match. Kick serve, high percentage, serve and volley. Backhand volley. Did he make it? He missed it just did Tommy Paul. Wow. Remember that volley. A few nervy shots from Paul in this game. And it's 15-40. Can Paul serve his way out of trouble? It's 2 match points for Center to reach a 3rd Masters final and his 2nd Masters final of the season. Let's see if Jannik can do it. Jannik trying to get to another big final. And his best opportunity to win a Masters, you would have to say. 2 points for Jannik Sinner in this one. Serve into the backhand of Jannik, forehand of Paul, into the backhand of Jannik, to the backhand of Paul, cross court, backhand of Jannik, into the backhand of Paul, backhand of Jannik, back to that ad side, big forehand to the backhand of Sinner, forehand, Paul, inside in is a great shot from Tommy Paul, 30-40. Paul is keeping himself alive in this match. Paul is keeping himself alive in this match. Does he have one more in him? Sinner hopes not, because Sinner is going to have his heart in his mouth. Listen, Sinner remembers Daniel Altmaier at the French Open. Sinner remembers Carlos Alcaraz at the U.S. Open. I shall not name more matches. But Sinner had a chance to serve for this. He's got to take his chance here. 30-40. Match point number 2 for Sinner. Serve into the forehand return of Jannik, forehand to the backhand. Paul comes to net, hits the tape, it goes over. Paul the forehand, huge. That wasn't easy. That wasn't easy from Paul, who must have just been nervous as hell when that ball dropped over. Sinner, the ball hits the tape and goes over. It's deuce. Paul has saved 2 match points. Paul has saved 2 match points. Wow. We're at deuce here. It's Anthony here for Quality Shot. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I'll be here for more streams too. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the video if you're enjoying it as well. Serve from Paul to the backhand of Sinner, right on the baseline. Forehand of Sinner, inside in. Forehand of Paul goes just wide. It's a 3rd match point for Sinner, and you just have to feel like if Sinner keeps getting chances, he's going to take one of them. It's advantage to Jannik. It's advantage to Jannik here. Advantage to Jannik to try to confirm a place in the final of Toronto. He'll play Alex de Minaur in the next round if he gets there. Match point number 3. Listen, if Paul keeps saving match points, it might get dicey for Sinner. But it's Sinner with a 3rd chance. High percentage kick serve forehand return. Paul forehand. And it's long. It is Jannik Sinner in the final of Toronto. Masters final for Jannik Sinner. And he gets there. It's a nice handshake. And Jannik Sinner, we all know it's well-deserved. He has a chance, a good chance for a first Masters title in Toronto come tomorrow against Alex de Minaur, who he's 4-0 against. Jannik Sinner is in the final of Toronto, and he played a solid match. Maybe not the best on the serve. He might have to improve that. Going into the final of Toronto, Jannik Sinner gets it done. Let's go, Jannik. Trying to get that first Masters title. First big final outside of Miami. Second Masters final of the season. And second big final of the season. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Quality Shot Tennis. We'll be here for a lot more matches. There's Anthony Hirsch here for Quality Shot. Don't forget to like the video as well if you enjoyed it. The likes do help out the streams. And yeah, Jannik Sinner, he does get a final in Toronto. Tomorrow there's a final. There's a final. Shout out Tommy Paul. You know, I had my eyes on Tommy Paul even at this tournament at the start of the year. He was 7th in the race. He had the 7th best season of anybody going into the clay season. He was 7th in the race. And yeah, he was 7th in the race. Tommy Paul, shout out Tommy Paul. Great athlete, really underrated even still. Hopefully more people give him his flowers. He's had a great season. And hopefully he gets a title too, but it's Jannik Sinner who figures it out. Jeez, this match, yeah, absolutely. Sinner, yeah, baby. That's it, Peaches. Sinner, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. That's Saquon. It's a few too many let's goes. Thanks for the commentary. Yeah, no problem. Come on, Jannik. Now go and finish the job on Sunday. I salute Paul for put up a good fight. Great player, yeah. Thank you for your wonderful commentary. Look forward to listen more of it. Bye for now. I'll see you later, Stefano. Join in for more for sure. Join in for more for sure. Wow. Paul versus Sinner. Jannik Sinner into his first Masters, into his 3rd Masters final, 2nd of the season. And listen, it's like Rublev in Monte Carlo. When Andre won Monte Carlo, everybody was like, this was well-deserved. In some fashion or another, I'm going to be watching every point of that Sinner final against Demon. And I hope to commentate the final, but either way, on some of my social media, I'll definitely be reacting to it. You can follow me on my social media, Tennis Commentary Booth on Instagram, Commentary Booth on Twitter or X or whatever. Tennis Commentary Booth with Anthony Hirsch. That's my YouTube channel. Yeah, Commentary Booth on Twitter. Tennis Commentary Booth with Anthony Hirsch. If you want to follow me. But yeah, I hope to commentate that final. Jannik Sinner going for his first Masters. And so is Alex de Minaur. Listen, like I said, though, Sinner, de Minaur, I'm going to look up their head-to-head real quick just before I head out. I'm hyped, though. I'm hyped for Jannik. I'm hyped for Jannik. It's well past time. It's well past time. Yeah, I appreciate everybody who's here. S-Sake1, Stefano, Peaches, Matt. Who else? Who else was here? Who else? Janie Bird. Jane was in here. We had a lot of people in here. Marina was in here as well, which is great. Sean Power. Thank you, Anthony, for the stream. Good energy. I appreciate Peaches. Yeah, I try to bring the energy, and I don't know. I just have it, have the energy inside of me. I have it for Sinner, but you got to bring the passion. You got to bring the passion. It's their matches so far. The first time they played was Next Gen ATP Finals, which I think barely even counts. But Sinner won 4-2, 4-1, 4-2. But really, they played 3 times. Sofia in 2020, quarterfinals. Sinner won in 3 sets. He lost the first set, but then won the next 2. Australian Open last year, 2022, round of 16. Sinner won in 3 straight sets before losing to Tsitsipas in 3 sets. That was when Sinner completely fired everybody on his team, which I thought was awesome. And then just started anew. Got Darren Cahill on his team too. But yeah, that was a strong match to stop de Minaur from getting to a second major quarterfinal. And yeah, Madrid last year, 6-4, 6-1. On the clay, a little bit less surprising. But yeah, Sinner's has a good record against de Minaur, and it's got to be Jannik's time. It's got to be Jannik's time. It really does. It's got to be his time to really go all the way here. It's got to be his time. I like de Minaur. I mean, I've said the de Minaur story. De Minaur smiled at me in Atlanta as I passed him. I was like an inch away from de Minaur, almost bumped into him. Gave me a smile in Atlanta. I like Demon. Seems like a nice guy. And a great player too. Very fast player. Obviously, we all know that. Speed demon. But you got to feel like it's Sinner's time. And it's going to be an offense versus defense matchup, although de Minaur is playing as offense-mindedly as he ever has and as well as he ever has. Anyway, I'm about to sign out of here. I'll just look at the stats real quick because I'm a little bit curious. Just really quickly, first serve percentage, 46%. Against a guy like de Minaur, Jannik is really going to have to do better on serve. He was 78% when he made those serves in. 14 winners, 14 errors. It was a really good performance from Paul, 19-12. But Sinner won the big point. Sinner was clutch, and that really made the difference. Sinner was clutch. That made the difference. He didn't get done on the first 2 match points, but he got done eventually. I like Demon too, but this is Sinner's time. Yeah, absolutely, Peaches. I like both, but this is Jannik's time. It feels like this is a great opportunity for Jannik, who's been knocking out the door. Like I said, like Rublev and Monte Carlo. When Rublev won Monte Carlo, everybody was like, yeah, that seems about right. Like, this is something that's never happened before, but it was well in the cards for Rublev to win a Masters. Like Rude, when Rude finally wins a Masters tournament, everybody's going to be like, yeah, that seems about right. I mean, some people are still going to be like, wow, Rude, he's not anybody. But for the people really following tennis closely, they know how good players like Sinner, Rude, Rublev are. So if Sinner wins a Masters, it's going to feel right. All right, it was Jannik Sinner getting it done, 6-4, 6-4, complicated, tense match at times. It was 6-4, 6-4, but it really felt even a little bit more complicated than that. That's a misleading scoreline, very misleading scoreline. Hour and 53 minutes. I mean, we had a medical timeout, a 46-shot rally. A lot of stuff happened, but at the end of the day, it's Jannik Sinner with the best chance to win a Masters in his career. And I will be watching every second. I hope I get to commentate. I'll be watching it and reacting in one way or another on my social media somewhere. You can follow me, like I said, Tennis Commentary Booth with Anthony Hirsch, Commentary Booth, or Tennis Commentary Booth on Instagram. But I'll be commentating for more streams too over here. So, but yeah, I will be watching that one tomorrow. It's gonna be a big match, and Jannik and Demon both fighting for their first Masters. But is it Jannik's chance finally to get it done? He gets it done against the guy who took out his friend and good rival Alcaraz. Jannik beats Tommy Paul 6-4, 6-4. There's one more left tomorrow in Toronto.